Welcome back to Dark Souls. Alright, so I just skipped over to the fog gate here before fighting the final boss, Gwyn. And I am using a parry dagger, which you get from Yulanda Ruins. And I did power up the parry dagger a bit. Alright, so I am using the parry technique to defeat Gwyn here. I believe he is the only boss that you can parry back. I don't recommend you parry Gwyn for your first game through or anything like that. This is one of the toughest ways of defeating Gwyn, to try and parry him, because a lot of his attacks do change speed, and it just messes you up if the speed of his attacks do change. So I'm just switching to a couple of rings here, seeing which ring is the best one, causes the best parry damage and stuff like that. So basically, Solaire is doing his job for me, tanking Gwyn while I am healing up, while I am changing my equipment, anything like that. I do recommend you always have Solaire with you at all times in boss fights if you can get him. You don't really need him for this fight here. You can just easily parry Gwyn all the way and stuff like that. As you can see here, I am just easily parrying him. But if you are not very good at parrying, I don't recommend you do this technique at all. So yeah, you can also just use Iron Flesh and just tank out this entire fight with Gwyn. You just need to be sure to recast your Iron Flesh when you have to, heal up when you have to, two-hand your weapon, and just go away at destroying Gwyn. You can also stagger him with like the battle axe, the great axe, Blight Knight great axe and stuff like that. But anyways, after you defeat Gwyn, you have two choices. You can just walk out the door there, choose the bad side, that is the bad side, walking out the door, and become the new Dark Lord King, or Dark Lord. But you can also come over here and light up the fire, link the fire, and choose to be a good guy, and I guess kill yourself. But anyway is fine. You do get a trophy for choosing either way. I do choose to link the fire here, so I do choose to be a good guy in this gameplay here. So this is what happens when you choose to link the fire. Alright, so from here also, it does also just lead straight to the credits after it shows Dark Souls titled again. From here on, I will be giving my review of this game here. So I do have some positives and negatives, but first things first, the question, have I played Demon Souls? And no, I have not played Demon Souls. I picked up Dark Souls because a friend recommended it to me, and I just loved Dark Souls. I just kept playing it and kept playing it. A positive and a negative about the game. The difficulty of the game does matter in this game here. I'd say it was a positive for me. I love playing games. To see a huge challenge in a game like this game here, it was a huge challenge. I was dying left and right, falling off cliffs left and right, having to restart from the bonfire every time. It did get a little annoying at times when you didn't actually want to die and stuff like that. So that could be a negative as well. Would this game be a game you would play again? And I'd say yes, it is a game you would play again. In my opinion, I played the game many times now. So I also do recommend you play the game again for New Game Plus. It does count as New Game Plus, and when you beat the game again, New Game Plus Plus, and so on from there. Your items do transfer to the next game, except key items like keys and certain rings like the lava ring, the Atora's ring, and stuff like that. And in the next game, you can use your boss souls like Gwyn's soul to make the Gwyn sword. I did forget the Gwendolyn armor. I did also forget Smaug's armor, which you can't get in the first gameplay if you do get Ornstein's armor. So you do have to play a second game for that. I did forget the Paladin armor and a bunch of other stuff like that. So positive also about the game is the graphics. I did really like the environment, especially using Praise the Sun with Solaire when he's looking at the sun, looking at the sky. When you go to Anne Orlando, look at the sky, the sunlight. It was amazing. The enemies were kind of the same. Like if you do look at the dogs, they are all kind of the same, but they all have certain abilities within them that change them up. The goblins at Blighttown, they are kind of all the same and stuff like that, but they do hold different weapons and stuff like that. The ogres all the same, but there's just a little bit of them, something within them that do change them up a little bit from each other. The battle system, I did really like the battle system of this game. The fighting system, the weapons, the armors, magics, miracles, pyromancies, all sorts of ways to help you defeat your opponent and stuff like that. The storyline was alright in this game. It was very confusing at first, even through the first game through here, so that could be a negative as well. Negatives for this game. It is very laggy in certain areas such as Blighttown, especially Blighttown Swamp. I am always laggy in that area. The game just also does freeze at times, so the lagginess problem with the game, that is a negative. And the multiplayer system, it can also be a negative of the game, which the 1.05 patch did kind of patch up, but there still are a few problems between there about the co-op system, any multiplayer system, invasion, stuff like that. It is kind of laggy and stuff like that. So and I already talked about the difficulty of the game of being a negative. It is open world. Sometimes you don't know where to go, what to do, what to get, anything like that in this game here. So that could be a negative, but that is where you yourself have to come into the game and play it and read everything for yourself. And you can also look online for things like that and stuff like that. So a negative also is the side quests. There are kind of a few side quests in the game, but those few side quests can easily be missed, such as saving Solaire, or the Knight of Katarina, or the Knight of Karam, or anything like that. Those are all kind of side quests. There is no side quest list or main quest list for you to just follow, so that could also be a negative. By the way, there are also free Dark Souls backgrounds on the PlayStation Store if you do have a Japanese PlayStation account. So yeah, but that is my review of the game. If I did miss anything, maybe I'll put it into the description below and anything like that. The game just starts off right away in the beginning of the game yet again. You do get to keep all of your items here. And last but not least, thanks to From Software for creating the game. It was a great game to me. So yeah, that is my review of Dark Souls, and I'll bring any other videos later on from here. I'll probably try and announce it and stuff like that. But yeah, this is the end of my walkthrough, so I'll end the video here, and I will see you guys in maybe the next video.